Welcome to another chilling episode where we delve into the darkest corners of human behavior. Today, we're talking about a case that has not only shocked the state of Ohio but has also sent ripples of disbelief across the nation. This is the story of Rebecca Auborn, a 33-year-old woman from Columbus, Ohio, who stands accused of meeting men for sex and then fatally drugging them with lethal doses of fentanyl. The case is so shocking that it has made headlines on NBC News and other major media outlets. Rebecca Auborn has been charged with killing 4 men between December 2022 and June 2023. She allegedly met these men for sexual encounters before administering fatal doses of fentanyl, all in a sinister plot to rob them. She has pleaded not guilty to the charges, and the investigation is still ongoing, with authorities suggesting there may be more victims. To action, this is a story that's still unfolding. And we're here to dissect every angle, every piece of evidence, and every shocking revelation. So, if you're as intrigued as we are, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any updates on this case. In the spotlight of this harrowing tale is Rebecca Auborn, a 33-year-old woman hailing from Columbus, Ohio. Not much is publicly known about her early life or what led her down this dark path. What we do know is that she stands accused of a series of heinous crimes that have left a community in shock and a nation in disbelief. Rebecca Auborn has been charged with killing 4 men, and authorities believe there may be more victims. She allegedly met these men for sexual encounters in Columbus between December 2022 and June 2023. The method: administering lethal doses of fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that is 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. Her alleged motive for these killings was robbery, adding another layer of cold calculation to these already grim acts. She has pleaded not guilty to the charges and is currently being held without bond. Her attorney, Mark Hunt, accompanied her during her arraignment, where she entered her plea. As of now, the investigation is ongoing, and authorities are not ruling out the possibility of additional victims. The gravity of these accusations has led to widespread media coverage, including a detailed report by NBC News. The case raises numerous questions about how someone could commit such acts and what could possibly drive them to do so, who they were and how they crossed paths with Rebecca Auborn. The victims in this chilling case were men who allegedly came into contact with Rebecca Auborn through sexual encounters. According to court records, Auborn is accused of meeting these men for sex and then drugging them with the intent of robbing them. The victims were not just random individuals. They were targeted and lured into a deadly trap. The case has identified at least 5 incidents involving Rebecca Auborn. 4 of these incidents resulted in fatal overdoses. December 13, 2022, an attempted overdose. January 15, 2023, a fatal overdose. April 1, 2023, a fatal overdose. April 13, 2023, a fatal overdose. June 17, 2023, a fatal overdose. One of the victims, Joseph Crumpler, was found suffering from an overdose and was later pronounced dead at Riverside Methodist Hospital. During an interview with the police, Auborn admitted to supplying Crumpler with narcotics and stealing from him while he was incapacitated. The Central Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force, which is investigating the cases against Auborn, is continuing to search for possible victims. They are particularly focusing on any overdoses reported between December 2022 and August 2023 in the area around Interstate 71, State Route 161, Cleveland Avenue, and East 17th Avenue in North Columbus. The crime scenes in this case are as chilling as the acts themselves. One of the incidents occurred on January 15, 2023, around 9:10 a.m. in the 290 block of Azlea Avenue in the North Linden neighborhood of Columbus, Ohio. When officers arrived at the scene, they found Joseph Crumpler suffering from an apparent overdose. He was immediately transported to Riverside Methodist Hospital in critical condition, where he was later pronounced dead. The crime scene was a grim testament to the calculated acts of Rebecca Auborn. Items found at the scene included drug paraphernalia and personal belongings of the victim, which were later confirmed to have been stolen by Auborn. The police also found evidence of drug trafficking and illegal manufacture of drugs or cultivation of marijuana. The North Linden neighborhood, where the crime took place, is now under increased scrutiny as authorities believe there may be more victims in the area. The Central Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force is particularly focusing on any overdoses reported between December 2022 and August 2023 in this area. Rebecca Auborn had a calculated and chilling method of operation. She allegedly lured men with the promise of sexual encounters. Once she had them in her web, she would administer lethal doses of fentanyl, a potent opioid. The objective was not just to kill but also to rob these men of their belongings. This information has been corroborated by multiple sources, including an article from BNN Network which delves into the details of her modus operandi. This method was not a one-time act. It was a pattern that she allegedly repeated with multiple men. At least 4 men succumbed to these overdose attacks between December 2022 and June 2023. One man, however, managed to survive his ordeal, providing crucial information for the ongoing investigation. The Ohio Attorney General's office is particularly focused on Auborn's activities in Northeast Columbus during this period. She came under the spotlight after the Central Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force received a tip-off warning of a woman meeting men at hotels, drugging them, and then stealing their belongings. The investigation into Rebecca Auborn's alleged crimes began when the Central Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force received a tip. The tip indicated that a woman was meeting men at hotels in Northeast Columbus and drugging them to steal their possessions. This led to a comprehensive investigation by both the Columbus Police and the Ohio Attorney General's office. Authorities have been investigating overdose deaths that occurred between December 2022 and August 2023 in the area bounded by Interstate 71, Route 161, Cleveland Avenue, and East 17th Avenue. Auborn is currently facing multiple charges, including 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and several counts related to robbery and drug trafficking. If convicted on all charges, she could face decades in prison. Rebecca Auborn was arrested following an indictment announced by the Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and the Columbus Division of Police. She appeared in Franklin County Common Pleas Court for her arraignment, where she faced 28 charges. Auborn, through her attorney Mark Hunt, pleaded not guilty and waived her chance for a bond. According to Hunt, waiving the bond is a typical move in cases like this, especially when the defense hasn't yet received evidence from the prosecution. There was no resistance or confession reported at the time of her arrest. Rebecca Auborn is facing a slew of serious charges that could result in severe legal consequences. Here is a breakdown of the charges filed against her. 4 counts of murder, for the deaths of 4 men due to drug overdoses. 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, additional charges related to the deaths. 5 counts of corrupting another with drugs, for administering fentanyl without the victim's knowledge. 5 counts of aggravated robbery, for stealing the victim's belongings. 5 counts of felonious assault, for the physical harm caused to the victims. If convicted on all counts, Rebecca Auborn could face decades in prison. The severity of the charge. Rebecca Auborn's legal journey has been a roller coaster so far. Initially scheduled for an arraignment in Franklin County Common Pleas Court, her first hearing was postponed without any given reason by the prosecutors. A new hearing is now scheduled for 9 a.m. Monday. She faces a total of 28 charges, including 4 counts of murder and 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. The case is still under active investigation, and authorities believe there may be other potential victims. The case has sent shockwaves through the community and has been widely covered by the media. People are both fascinated and horrified by the details, leading to heated debates on social media platforms. Many are questioning the safety of dating apps and the ease with which one can be lured into dangerous situations. This case raises several ethical and moral questions that are hard to ignore. One of the most pressing issues is the use of dating apps for criminal activities. It brings into question the responsibility of these platforms to ensure user safety. Should dating apps implement stricter verification processes? How can one protect themselves in the age of digital dating? In the age of digital connectivity, technology often serves as a double-edged sword. In Rebecca Auborn's case, technology, particularly dating apps, appears to have played a significant role. These platforms, designed to connect people for romantic or casual encounters, inadvertently became tools for criminal activity. Auborn allegedly used these apps to lure her victims into a false sense of security before executing her nefarious plans. This raises questions about the ethical responsibilities of tech companies. Should they be held accountable for not doing enough to prevent such crimes? Or is the onus entirely on the users to protect themselves? Given the gravity of the charges against Rebecca Auborn, the defense has a challenging task ahead. Her attorney, Mark Hunt, has already pleaded not guilty on her behalf and waived her right to a bond. This is a common strategy in serious cases like this, as it allows the defense more time to review the evidence and build a robust case. It's likely that the defense will focus on questioning the validity of the evidence, perhaps challenging the methods used to collect it or the credibility of the witness. They may also explore other angles, such as Auborn's mental state at the time of the crimes, to build a defense that could create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jurors. The prosecution is building a strong case against Rebecca Auborn, the accused serial killer. They have charged her with multiple counts, including 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 5 counts of corrupting another with drugs, 5 counts of aggravated robbery, and 5 counts of felonious assault. The prosecution argues that Auborn met men for sex at hotels around Columbus, drugged them with fentanyl without their knowledge, and then robbed them. 4 men died from overdoses on specific dates: January the 15th of April 1, April 13th, and June 17th. Another man who survived his encounter met her on December 13, 2022. The prosecution is likely to focus on the pattern of her crimes and the use of fentanyl to incapacitate her victims. They may also bring up the fact that the investigation into Auborn began due to a tip received by the Central Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force. The prosecution has not yet provided any new details on the crimes Auborn is accused of, but they are expected to present a robust case, leveraging the multiple charges against her to demonstrate a pattern of criminal behavior. As of now, there is limited information on eyewitness accounts or testimonies from people who knew either the accused or the victims. The prosecution may introduce testimonies from the man who survived his encounter with Auborn, as well as any other witnesses who can attest to her actions or behavior. These accounts could play a crucial role in establishing the prosecution's case and providing a more comprehensive picture of the events that transpired. As of now, specific court dates for Rebecca Auborn's trial have not been publicly disclosed. However, the case is gaining significant attention, and it is expected that the trial will be a high-profile one. The public and media are keenly awaiting updates on the legal proceedings. This case is a grim reminder of the dangers lurking in the digital age, where meeting strangers through apps can have fatal consequences. It also raises questions about the opioid crisis and how easily accessible lethal substances like fentanyl have become. While the accused is innocent until proven guilty, the evidence against Rebecca Auborn is damning and paints a chilling picture of premeditated murder. This case is still unfolding, and many questions remain unanswered. As we await further developments, it's crucial to remember the victims and the lives that have been irrevocably changed. If you found this video informative and want to stay updated on this case, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. Your engagement helps in spreading awareness about such critical issues. Stay safe, and always be cautious in your interactions both online and offline.